take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. You wanna know is how to hold on to it every moment. Dive into it like my love is an ocean. It's overflowing. I swear it's golden. So good that I'm rolling. Baby, you make me crazy. I'm seeing roses. Baby, just maybe you save me. Oh, take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine. Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. You wanna do is move with me, I'm seeing blue, yeah. In a disco-colored room, hearts are blooming. It's so consuming. Love what you're doing, so good that I'm doomed, yeah. Baby, you make me crazy. I'm seeing roses. Baby, just maybe you save me. Oh, take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling.
Hello everyone. It is Travel Quest Network's Weekly Chatter Live. I am Joshua Harrell, and this is...
Jason Block. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday, Travel Quest Nation.
Well, I just flip-flopped us.
Okay.
It just... You know that's going to drive somebody crazy, because then I'm going to put this card up and it's going to be backwards.
Well, you know.
Okay.
Anyway.
It is what it is, right?
It's a holiday, right? And...
Yes, Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
See, part of Cinco de Mayo is, like, we like to flip it up a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time whenever you are watching this. But, of course, if you are watching this live this Friday, then you are, I hope you're a part of our chatter in our members-only Facebook group.
It's the place to be.
That's the place to be. And I can hear, so in our ears... Every time somebody chats, isn't that like every time you hear that sound, an angel gets its wings?
It feels that way to me. It is very gratifying. Like I get excited when I hear it, the bubbles.
Yeah. So while you were not here last week, because you were at cheer camp learning how to cheer, it was going off a lot more, and that's because nobody could hear me.
Oh, I watched.
Yeah.
I actually downloaded the podcast.
Okay.
And I listened on the plane.
Did it have as much magic without the visuals?
In some ways, it was better because I don't know. I could just imagine what was happening.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's like reading a book versus a movie.
Exactly.
I like that.
And I've heard a lot of people say that. Hey, I never have time to listen live because I got this or that.
Yeah.
But I always listen on the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. It was great.
Well, and just in case you want to know, the reason why we started a podcast was because one of our Crown members, Lisa, it was when we were on the Diamond Voyage last year, she said, I don't have time. She said, if I'm sitting at my computer, then I'm working.
Right.
So I can't be watching. So that is when we became a podcast. So if you haven't already, download us on your favorite podcasting channel and subscribe and whatever, rate us. Make us go viral. Make us go viral. So anyway, very, very happy to have you back. I know I was joking. You were not at cheer camp.
I know.
But what were you doing?
Last week?
Yeah.
I was at my youngest daughter's final cheer competition of the season.
So it was a cheer competition.
Correct.
And I got the camp part. I kind of felt like it couldn't have been camp because it was going to be too fast. But the story that I told 3 times, because of the sound not working, the first story was really good. But then I really stopped caring by the time. Anyway, none of this tomfoolery going around. Anyway, this is the Weekly Chatter Live. If you have not ever been a part of the Weekly Chatter Live, of course you are welcome. You don't have to be a member of Travel Quest Network, but if you are, then you're a part of the cool kids. That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely.
So always happy to come to you live every Friday at 4 Eastern. So, you can always subscribe to whatever channel you are watching us on right now, and be sure to watch us each week for our tomfoolery. And some of the tomfoolery that we had. So yesterday, we finished our 2023 road shows.
We sure did.
7
cities. With a bang, too.
Huh?
With a bang.
With a bang.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
They were all good, but
yeah,
yesterday was really good.
But any of you that have put on events, this is my first time doing something like this, like a tour,
Right.
you know? And maybe if you do have a bus when you are touring, it makes it easier. But every city, there would be like a little new challenge. Like the presentation computer would blow up. Several of them would blow up at the same time. Sometimes it took a whole day before mics became available, so that you just kind of roll with it. You think you got it down, so you just kind of go with it.
Just gotta be ready. Ready
for
whatever comes.
Ready. And something that I found interesting, not to take us, if it's not dinner time anywhere yet, but I like to ask what the favorite meal was at each of the shows. And in Minneapolis, the favorite meal, shouted out, top of the lungs, was the carrots. And I just find that odd. I don't know that I have ever had slap your mama in the face good carrots. Now, I didn't eat, because I only have a Tic Tac. That's how I survive. But no, I missed out on these carrots. But did you have the carrots?
I did. They were great.
Okay. Slap your mama good?
Well, yeah, they were very good. My favorite thing from yesterday, some of the, hotel catering spreads, they're kind of light on the condiments usually, right? I mean, they kind of have the banquet, here's what we got.
Yeah.
But yesterday they had a hot sauce, and I'm a hot sauce nut, but it was like a Calypso Caribbean hot sauce on top of the chicken. Man, was it good.
Okay.
I was surprised and delighted.
But I'm glad that you decided to take that risk at an event. Like, I don't know, like a little surprise Caribbean hot sauce.
Yeah.
I did that on an excursion once, and it didn't end up going too well for me.
Didn't work out well for you?
I like to. Well, I want to have it like you eat it, and then it's like, no, you can't hang.
No, you really don't.
No, you really, really, really don't. Well, let's. The roadshow's so happy that we went to Dallas or Fort Worth. I can actually say Fort Worth because we were in Fort Worth.
That's right.
Before we were like kind of on the
too.
border. Yeah, lots of cattle and manure. It was a full experience.
It was. Immersive, they call it.
What'd you say?
Immersive.
It was an immersive experience at the stockyards. We were in Houston.
Yep.
And I now can pronounce it right, so I got it down. A lot of coaching. Then we did Seattle. Seattle. Then we were here in the ATL. We went down to Orlando, and then
the nation's capital.
Nation's capital, Washington D.C. And then we finished up in Minneapolis.
I think we covered something like 8,000 miles, 9,000 miles, something like that.
That's
in a couple weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah. No, it was a lot going on, and thank you guys so much. Thanks so much for you who came out to the events, and our partners, because I know our partners watch the show as well. It really, I had a great time every night.
Yeah, I'm like on a high after 3 weeks of doing that.
Yeah,
because it was every one of them was very energizing, and to do it 7 times in 3 weeks was it'll take me probably a week or two to kind of come down to normal.
Yeah. Well, Shalyn from Chubb, she was the official roadie because while we had partners from some suppliers at every single one, they had different representatives. She went to every single one. And I have to give big props out to Shalyn from Chubb because it was a hard enough schedule for us, and we were dividing and conquering a little bit.
Yeah.
She did the whole thing. So thank you to all our sponsors, but a big shout out to Shalyn for being our official roadie. I like that.
Yeah.
What's going on in the chat? You got the computer up?
Oh gosh, all kinds of stuff. As always, we like to see who's first in.
Oh yeah,
and Cynthia reclaiming the crown.
Yeah, girl.
With a happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. How you doing, Cynthia? Glad you were first in. Hannah says hi. Kim says hi, and happy Friday. Wins for the week. Cynthia completed her SeaWorld and Universal Park certification, and even better, she's on track to receive her biggest commission check ever.
You're kidding?
No. That's what she said.
Well, I'm going to give her...
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her yeah, girl.
Yeah.
But, Cynthia, kind of going back in, we're going to do a flashback to a little while ago, and you were like, I just don't know if this is going to happen. Like,
right.
I remember those messages, and everybody in the network was like, you can do it, you can do it. And now you're here. I love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Alan says, happy Friday, ready for Nashville. Andy gives us a Revenge of the Fifth, Star Wars continues.
Ah!
following May the 4th be with you, of course. Let's see here. He also has
I want to pause there. So I do have to publicly shame myself because I had told everybody here that when I went to Minneapolis, I was going to be Jedi Joshua.
Yeah, and you let everybody down.
It was well noted. The costume was in the bag, but it is much more complex. You would think it's just like a little robe.
To me, it seems like it would be a bathrobe, right?
Yeah. No, it's like you have to do layers and strapping, and I was just like, I can't do it. So I so appreciate Kara, who took the bus into the hotel. She did not keep the Darth Vader mask on the entire time she was on the bus, but she brought it, and I was able to take a very awkward picture of me kissing, or you took the picture of me kissing Darth Vader. Yeah, I need to put that up on our socials. I am
fun.
sorry.
I was impressed.
Jedi Joshua.
With the outfit, not the kissing. But,
yeah. Jedi Joshua realizes now that he needs a steamer with him all the time. Ever since my steamer got taken away from me on a cruise, I haven't traveled with it. And it's risky business. And I mean, there's capes and drapes and everything with the Jedi costume.
I have a similar story. So I brought a steamer because we were doing an event, and I had like 3 or 4 different suit jackets. So I brought a steamer. Well, I made rookie mistake.
Okay.
I brought the converter for the steamer, but not the transformer that actually steps the voltage down.
Oh.
So it worked really well for like 5 seconds, and then it started working overtime, and it was shooting steam like just this massive, it was like a steam factory in my hand. And then it just went and stopped, and I was like, oh, no, I know what I did.
Yeah. Well.
And I haven't gotten a new one since, so.
I'm just saying, have any of you tried to sneak on a steamer onto a ship?
Of course they have.
Yeah, well, actually, I do know. I can't remember who it was on the road shows. So they told me that you have to put the top in one bag and then the bottom in another, and then that's how you can kind of sneak it out. But I kept waiting on my bags, and I'm like, where are my bags? And I don't have any clothes to change into, my toiletries, I need all this stuff. And then I had a note that said I had to go down to the bottom of the ship to meet with security because I had contraband. I had contraband. And I was really worried. But yeah, that's...
Well, just a tip on other prohibited items. So for our event last year on Independence of the Seas for Travel Quest World, I brought a power strip for the meeting rooms, not knowing if we have enough to plug in. Well, I get to my room, and I had a similar note, although they just took it. They didn't tell me I had to go meet with security. But I was like, well, I hope we don't run out of electrical outlets for all the equipment. But it all worked out.
Well,
but you can't bring a power strip, apparently.
Yeah, I guess they know what they're doing. I feel like they probably know what they're doing.
Fires on cruise ships are probably bad.
Yeah, but I just that's a rough one because I mean you're in if you're on a cruise, you're probably going to somewhere kind of warm, and you're probably wearing a linen or some kind of like kimono type thing. So I mean,
probably kimono. Yeah. That's normally that's like usually item number 2 on my packing list is kimono.
But I just say,
where does kimonos rank on your packing list? That's what I want to know. It's the question of the day. Go ahead.
It's pretty important on my list. All right. So, sorry. Didn't mean to derail us.
All right.
Sorry.
Back to the
Andy, May the 5th.
Andy, win for the week. He has clients at Secrets Capcana. They went to the Dolphin Discovery through Project Expedition and purchased a photo package on site. They left without selecting their photos. I was able to coordinate with the business to get their photos. What a great service story.
That is a great service story. And we were just with Rob from Project Expedition in D.C.
We were?
And I told him,
great,
I said, what'd you say?
He's great, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he is great. Yeah. He's great. I told him, I said, you guys get mentioned on the Weekly Chatter a lot, but then, of course, you know that because you watch the show. And he said, oh, I didn't. I haven't been watching the show. So it's not that great.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. Regina Speed, new member to Travel Quest. She
Welcome.
updated her registrations with some of the suppliers. That's awesome. Teresa saying happy Friday, ready for Core and Edge. Amanda coming in with a hello for everybody. Let's see what else here.
Well, Core, the first annual Core Summit is on Sunday, and we have quite a lot of our members attending that
cool.
in Nashville at the Gaylord Opryland.
I'm excited.
Yep, so we're going to do the Core Summit, and then we have a cocktail party afterwards. And we have lots of partners coming in from all over, because a lot of people are flying in that evening for the Travel Leaders Edge Conference, which will also be at the Gaylord Opryland, which is about 3.5 days of events with Travel Leaders Edge.
Yeah.
Obviously
it's like a month's worth of activity crammed into 3.5 days.
Yeah. I've never been to anything like it. Like, you wake up at 6 a.m. and you don't go to bed till midnight, and I am not even a partier. It's just that's how busy you are.
Right.
And, connecting with people on LinkedIn right after you meet them. And
it's one of those things you have to, like, call it quits for the night. Or you honestly could keep going in conversations till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
If you didn't just say, okay, I gotta put a stop and make sure I get at least some sleep.
Yeah.
But it could go like that.
Well, and the last one that we were at together, we had managed to break away from a group of people that we were talking to. We were trying to end the night, and then you and I were getting inspired, and we just kept talking in the hallway for a while. Not that we couldn't do that at any other time, but we needed to do it. Call it quits and go to bed.
But that's the thing about going to conferences, whether it's Roadshow, Travel Quest World, Edge, any other industry conference. And we're talking about it with some of the folks this week at some of the roadshows. When you get away from the daily grind of your business, it's an opportunity to let your mind wander into some other areas, even if it's listening to something that really may not have direct application on your business. It can trigger those ideas and that creativity, and you can come up with a fantastic idea that is relevant to your business. And it's just having that space, away from the day-to-day to give yourself the freedom to think. And that's why those things are so important. There's great content, of course, and great networking, of course, but just giving your mind some space is underrated.
Yeah. And I think it's tough. I am a very introverted person. No, I am. But if you said join an industry and then go to an industry event and network, that wouldn't be enough. Like, the hook has to be something educational. I'm going to walk away with something.
Yeah.
And so that would often be how I would connect with an event. But it never fails. It's those aha moments, those inspiration, conversation starters that are inspiration starters. I mean, they're just, it really does. It makes all the difference in the world. And we saw so many people at the road shows because those were in smaller local areas, making those connections with like-minded people. You don't think that's going to be a benefit to you until you actually experience it. So
and then those connections keep paying dividends too over the years.
Gosh, I mean, and in Minneapolis, where Travel Quest was born, I mean, some of those members who attended have been with us for years and years and years. I mean, these are lifelong friends now.
Yeah, it's like a reunion.
It is a reunion. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we took over the lobby. It was awesome. What else is going on?
Let's see here. Misty from North Texas says, howdy from sunny North Texas. She has wins for the week. Two cruise groups for next year, Caribbean in February and Alaska in July, and a lead from Agent Profiler for a group to Greece next summer. So that's cool.
Oh, Greece is the word. I know it's not the same.
Let's see. Randy finally made it to a live one. I assume he means the Weekly Chatter.
Yes.
Glad you're here, Randy. Let's see. CNC Travel Factory, happy Friday.
CNC
Marisol,
Travel
happy
Factory.
Friday. Daniela, happy Friday. Anka says hello. Let's see. Amanda has a win for the week. Got more bookings into my group cruise to Italy and Greece, and 5 more proposals out. That sounds like excellent progress.
Yeah.
Let's see. Regina, she also has her first pending commission with Travel Quest since joining. That's great.
I had to fix that, guys. I'm sorry that was bothering me. I had to flip us.
Are we we're flipped?
Yeah, we're flipped.
Okay. Now I'm all thrown off, but all right.
I know. Just watch the jellyfish.
Okay. Let's see. Hannah has booked some personal travel that she's very excited about, and she finally locked down her airfare to Kenya and back home from Rwanda in a couple nights at the beautiful Fairmont in Nairobi. That sounds like a heck of a trip.
That's our personal trip, right? You said,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ooh.
Very cool.
That's very cool. And I know Hannah will do a lot of good social media around that. I can't wait to see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be very cool. Rebecca Landry is said happy Friday from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. So I got to learn. I cannot remember the name of the dances, but I think it was called Bamba.
Okay.
But not like La Bamba. It was like Bamba dancing. And all you do is you do 1 step back and then 1 step back, 1 step back.
That's it.
Step back.
I might even be able to do that one.
No, it was good.
All right, I'm gonna look it up.
So that's good. I wore pink Cuban boots to a Puerto Rican party while I was there, and no one thought I would ever have an excuse to wear those boots, and yeah, I did. It's called the PATH meeting that is right before the ASTA Global meeting, and that's where we know that Rebecca is.
Yeah.
And
we heard something pretty cool about Rebecca.
Yep, and Rebecca, congratulations are in order for Rebecca because she won. Now I got to pull it up what the exact thing was.
Don't mess it up.
Yeah, don't mess it up because that'll be like saying, oh, she won like nothing. Hold on a second. I got it. I was so excited. So our Rebecca, we call her Texas Rebecca because there's Aloha Rebecca.
That's right.
But our Texas Rebecca, she made the top 3 for ASTA Travel Advisor of the Year. And ASTA, if you don't know, is the American Society for Travel Advisors. And just so super proud of you winning that award.
That's a pretty big deal.
It's a very big deal.
Because last time I checked, ASTA has more than a couple of advisors in it.
Yeah. It's actually called the American Society of Travel Advisors. That's a lot.
There's quite a few. I don't have the exact count on the tip of my tongue, but I know it's many thousands, obviously. So
I didn't need to do a
to
girl
be,
for her.
a top 3 advisor of the year, that's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal. And just so happy to see you succeed in that way. And then I also wanted to mention that Tyson, one of our members who you and I got to meet for the first time in 2018, had just joined Travel Quest Network, now has a booming business, and you even did a member conversation with him. Yeah. I thought he just got accepted to go to the Future Leaders in Travel. And that's what I had messaged you about. So we were excited for that.
Yeah.
Very special event. No, he is actually a guide. He was brought in as a guide for, and I don't know what all that entails. I don't know if that's like the grand poobah of the event, but it's just
it comes with some kind of like grand marshal. Like a cane.
Yeah.
Or some kind of official ribbon.
Oh, like a giant ribbon. It just like rolls
or
up.
maybe like the one like the Dukes wear like all across your body, like they might wear.
Yeah,
like a
or
coronation.
I mean, what else? I mean, a crown. I don't know. Like
it's got to come with some cool accoutrements.
Yeah, because I was
messaging
with the company that puts on that event. And I said, and I saw that Tyson was going, and they were like, no, he was invited back as a guide. And I was like, that's how we do it.
That's right.
I don't have a boy, but yeah.
That's right. Lisa says hi. Shannon says hi. So glad I got to meet you both yesterday. It was awesome to meet you. Randy has a win. He booked a personal family reunion. Let's see here. One more here. Jen, happy Friday, everyone. My win for the week. I finally finished packing this morning for Edge and super excited to see everyone again.
Which is that Jen?
Jen Lindsay. So that reminds me. Yeah. I need to pack.
Yes. So let me just say,
we'll take turnaround on some of these events.
Before we started this, I was like, like Motley Crue, we're gonna do it like rock stars. No, this is hard.
Don't feel bad for us.
I mean,
it was a lot of fun.
I had to. We got to pack though. We leave out right away. Mm-hmm. I've got all these rolling racks of clothes and shoes in my dining room to sort through.
Evidently, the packing challenge for you and I might be slightly different. I view this as a manageable task.
Do you have a carry-on? Do you have one carry-on that you bring?
I'll probably bring garment bags. I'll probably have some jackets and whatnot.
Okay. I ordered
class it up a little bit.
I ordered a couple of luggage sets just to make sure that everything.
Let's see. Misty's asking me, was the cheer comp in Orlando? Yes, it was the summit competition at Disney World. She had some clients in Orlando for the cheer competition last weekend. So there were many, many thousands of cheerleaders there, and looks like Misty had some clients that were there. So that's cool. Stacy Filler is already in Nashville. She's holding it down. She says howdy from Nashville.
And Stacy was at our Seattle road show.
She was.
A lot of familiar faces in this.
I know. And Bill.
What is today's holiday for Bill?
So Bill gives us every week the national day, whatever today is. So today is Museum Lovers Day. What's your favorite museum that you visited?
I actually can't say what it is. I can't.
Okay. What's your second favorite museum?
And anybody that knows why I'm blushing will know which one I'm talking about. It's in Manhattan, and it's not something that it's very an intriguing museum. So anyway, so my second one would be I don't know. I don't know the name of the museum. It's the one in Trafalgar Square in London. What is that museum? Is that
help us out.
Is that the British Gallery or something like that? It's
It's been so long since I've been there.
But it's the museum right there. It's pretty cool. It's massive. It's got massive paintings. It's pretty cool. And I also almost got arrested for sitting atop one of the lions in the Trafalgar Square to get a picture. I mean, it was an awesome picture. I mean, but apparently you're not supposed to get on top of the lion, so
that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm with Cynthia though. Cynthia's favorite is the Museum of Natural History. Can't go wrong with that.
In New
DC,
York?
Yeah, no, the Smithsonian.
Oh.
Yeah. But if I was gonna have to say an art museum,
the
Museum d'Orsay in Paris, the Impressionist. Lots of Van Goghs or Van Goghs if you're into the pronunciation thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a very cool museum. It's built in. Do you know it's in an old train station?
No.
They remade into a museum. It's very cool. Yeah.
I want to do a tour of all the abandoned underground train stations. I know there's some tube stations, but I know in other cities there got to be some too. I feel like that would be cool.
It would be.
It's modern, but it's not, and it's subterranean. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of neat.
Bill's coming back with his favorite is the Vatican Museum.
Oh.
Also, kind of hard to go wrong. That's pretty interesting.
Have you done the Vatican?
I have, yeah.
Oh. I have not.
Yeah. Anyway, so love to hear what everyone's favorites are. So keep that going.
Yes. Well, hold on.
Yeah, do we have?
Yeah, we have a guest. So.
I was just into the comments. I'm sorry.
No, I love it. So, so it is that time for us to go over to Texas and talk to our friend Velma Tollison. Velma, are you there?
I am here. Hello, how are y'all?
Hey, Velma.
Hey.
Let's see. There we are, side by side. Oh.
Yes, that's better.
Isn't that a song? Side by side.
Sing it, Joshua.
I honestly don't know that one. I got chastised for singing The Love Boat while Joe from Princess was speaking at the roadshow in Minneapolis.
He liked it.
Do you think so?
I
Joe
think
is so dry. Thelma, he was like, we are known for love, and then had the big logo on, and I was like, the love boat soon will be there. And he was like, oh, I wasn't expecting
And some
that.
of the people from the audience started singing too, because that's a catchy tune.
I would think he would be thrilled that you sang that.
Yeah, I think he was digging it.
Yeah, I think he liked it. Knowing Joe, I think he liked it. Yeah.
All right, Velma, what's going on?
Yeah, Velma, you take us away.
What's going on is, first of all, I want to give a shout out to our Angie Faulkner. She's our lady that has all the numbers. Mm-hmm. And every week she kind of drills it down for me and saves me a lot of time. And this week she pointed out some interesting things for me in advance. So I just thank you, Angie. You're awesome. So the number 3 in weekly revenue, well, first their gross sales for the week, 150,837. The weekly revenue for this member, these numbers are really starting out high. You're not going to believe this. The third place is 19,678. That's third place, which is like number 1 in my thinking.
That's a pretty good week.
That is a very good week. So you can tell Andy was so excited about all these numbers. I mean, it's really awesome. Mm-hmm. And the number, before I leave that one, this member sold, it was pretty much cruise lines, Holland America, NCL, Royal Caribbean, Viking River, and Virgin. And then she or he had a couple of Apple, I believe. In the number 2 spot, gross sales, 287,532. Wow. The weekly revenue, I hope you are sitting down. Oh, yeah, right, you are.
We are.
35,000 for the week. Can you believe that? That's the number 2. Okay. And they only sold 2 products. Viking Ocean and Virgin Voyages.
You know what?
B to the second power.
B to the second power. I like that. I love that Virgin is having this success story. Success stories are great, but the fact that they did launch a ship, a cruise line in the middle of all that mess and couldn't do anything. I always felt bad for, especially John from Virgin, who'd go around to city, event to event, and he'd talk about this wonderful cruise line that was coming.
It's going to be great, I promise.
It's going to be great. It's I don't know how he did it, but the fact that he did and it has surpassed many people's expectations is fantastic.
Yes.
So
yes.
B to the second power and the number 2 spot for us this week. That's fantastic.
Yes.
So what beat that? If that was number 2.
I know. So in the number 1, gross sales, 210,000, and the weekly revenue, $41,046.
Oh.
I'm not normally speechless, but I'm kind of speechless on that one.
Well, and I have to admit, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm going to go ahead because probably this member is watching, and I'm going to have to apologize to her. I'm sorry that I sent you an email and said, are these numbers correct? I just want to... And, of course, she answered promptly and said, yes, they are correct, and gave me the lowdown on it. And it's one group, Delta Vacations. It was a group.
Wow.
But I just had to check it because sometimes, a sale will come across and it'll be 1,255,000,000. And I'm like, no. And I'm polite. I'll say, perhaps you should check your last invoice. There could be a number wrong. So,
right.
Anyway. Yeah.
Wow. Those are some super great numbers. And gosh, again, groups bringing in the business.
Yes. And it doesn't look like it took too many people in that group to make this revenue. I'm super impressed.
Yeah.
Super impressed.
And we've talked about it before, Velma. If anyone out there is thinking, "Gosh, I need to get into groups," building a start small, a small travel with me group is a great way to start to get into that, right?
That's right. That's right. And we have a lot of members working on groups. I'm getting a lot of emails from members asking me just questions about some of the groups they're working on. Maybe they're a little uncertain about something. And I think this is a good time in the show and in the moment to say, before you sign any contracts, make sure you know the last date you can release space without any penalty.
Amen.
Because I've seen a couple of hotel contracts that they were not clear, and they stick in this little attrition clause, and it doesn't even have a date in it. When it doesn't have a date in it, what that means is the moment you sign that, you have committed to all of those rooms or all those cabins, and you can really get yourself in trouble. So I'm going to start.
You usually don't want to do that.
No, you don't. So I'm going to start making sure that that we keep everyone out of trouble, because
right.
That's not good. I also Angie pointed out something to me. We had 4 other members that had sales right under 18,000.
Really?
So, yes, I mean this was an awesome week. This was an awesome sales week. And then she calls them the 10,000 club. There were 3 in the $10,000 club.
Angie's taking it over. She's like, basically, we just need like a ticker tape at the bottom that's like going, here's just the numbers. She's got the 10,000. That's fantastic.
It is fantastic, and one of them was another group with Colette. So, anyway, great week.
And because we know that our members invoice at time of booking.
When?
At time of booking.
At the time of booking,
yeah. At time of booking. That means that there was a lot of booking that happened last week.
Correct.
That's right.
Those who no. Anyway. Well, Velma, it was so good seeing you. I don't know if you knew this, but we talked about it last week in last week's show, but a bird pooped on Velma during the cattle run. Were you were there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, she that happens to her a lot. So, they say that you're very lucky if that happens. But Velma is going to be joining us in Nashville.
Yes, I am. I have to leave now and go pack. Oh, are we going to coordinate, Joshua? Last time at the Dallas Roadshow, we were both in turquoise. What
Well, Velma, I just so you know, I that might be a little hard because I'm planning on at least 3 costume changes each day.
Oh, wow.
No wonder you need 2 luggage cases.
And I will say that even though I had some cowboy boots, I got some more while I was in Texas, and a belt buckle too.
Well,
so
now you got it.
Yeah.
The full
it's a
set.
W. It's a WorldVia W. No, I didn't want people thinking I stole somebody's Anyway, well we cannot wait to see you, and you're going to be at the Core Summit, and then as well throughout the week at Edge. So yeah.
I will.
All right.
We'll see you real shortly, Velma.
Yeah.
Right. See you tomorrow.
That's right.
We'll see you real shortly. Oh, we just flipped again. Sorry. If Angela is watching, not our Angela, but Angela Larson, if she's watching, because she's the one that wanted me to flip the screens. She'll be like, I wanted you to flip the screens, but not like at the while I'm watching. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Speaking of Miss Angela.
Oh, yes.
So I have to give her credit. I had been talking about revenue and making money, not personally, but just as our members, and I'd say Scrooge McDuck in it, and that was actually her saying. And so, oh shoot, what did I do with it? Just like, this is the random chair. Look what I've got. Little Scrooge McDucking it in the coins. I'm adding it to the travel wall.
Those are awesome.
So, yeah. But you guys can tell that these are coins, right? Finlola was saying that they didn't look like coins, but she probably doesn't. She actually probably didn't ever watch the cartoon. So, anyway. I got this foot mannequin, but it doesn't really work. So, anyway, look at that. Scrooge McDucking it.
That is excellent.
So it goes on the wall somewhere. Right behind you.
Find a nice spot for it.
Yeah. All right.
Stephanie Boyle came into the chat, and she said she was the one who told you about the steamer separating it, and it totally worked.
I had a feeling it was Stephanie with an F. Yeah, I had a feeling it was her.
And then
because see, that's the other thing is like I love our members, and especially when we get together. But they've got some tricks up their sleeves.
Oh, for sure.
Like not just like we can sell travel. Like no, they've got some. She was like, "This is how you trick the system."
Nate Butler coming in, his win for the week, hitting super agent status.
Oh wait, do I have applause?
Nice job, Nate. Let's see here.
And super agent status, if you don't know, that is a part of the Agent Profiler program, which is a free program for our members, a way for them to generate leads on travelleaders.com. And it's based on you really fulfilling the requirements of just good content marketing and having a robust profile. So once you hit it, though, automatically, like when you meet the requirements, you get this badge as super agent, and it also changes the way or the way that you're served up, the frequency in which you're served up to people who are using travelleaders.com to search for travel agents and travel advisors. Sorry. So they're very, very proud of you, Nate. I don't know why I had to like double it. Very, very proud of you. What else?
Let's see here. Kim says she was so impressed with Sandals at the Roadshow that she's already finished her training with them, and she's working on booking a trip to visit one.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. Taking action.
Yeah. But Sandals they had just, I don't know why I can't find my words today. They just put this training together and made this available online. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting that she took advantage of it, and she's ready to get out there and do it.
And Hannah's letting us know that Lena Sutton is also one of the guides at the, Travel Age West?
Yes, Travel Age West, Travel Leaders. Future Travel Leaders. Thank you.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm glad that I can't keep track of everybody. Like, I do appreciate Hannah. Thank you for staying on top of that.
We have some votes for favorite museum: National Gallery, the Met.
But nobody guessed mine, and I'm kind of glad. That was good.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Sarah Mitchell's with me on the Musée d'Orsay. Excellent. Wendy Laporte is busy. She said, "Hi everyone, I'm." But then she followed it up with late.
I'm late. Okay. Well, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Wendy.
Happy Friday.
I got a bunch of congrats for Rebecca.
Yeah, she deserved it. I mean, gosh.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a moment. But you were talking about groups, travel with me groups. Mm-hmm. And I would just like to ask whoever's watching us live right now, if I were to do a travel with me group, would you go? But where would we go? Where would it be just like it would be the perfect place for us to go? That's what I want to know.
I would definitely go with you, Joshua.
I feel like you would just make sure that I would come back.
I feel like I wasn't invited, but I would go if I was.
Yeah, but okay. So I'm gonna ask you, where
would you take us? So you're gonna escort the group?
Well, I do like shared experiences. So I think we all need to go somewhere that we haven't been necessarily before. So nobody's like I don't want to be the boss of everybody.
Right.
But where would it just be like the right
I would enjoy
place?
Seeing you go somewhere totally out of your comfort zone.
Well, that would be like the State Farm Arena, like I mean, or the Mercedes-Benz thing. But
Wendy says, "Oh, you're getting some response on this." So Wendy says Virgin Cruise. Stephanie Ellis says yes, Bali. Alan he says he would for sure go. Hannah, a river cruise or London because you seem passionate about British culture and that would be fun. Teresa is down for Virgin Voyages. Bill wants to go to the museum that you suggested. Tokyo Disney. Now, can I pause right there?
Yeah.
I would love... So, the Disney park that is the Seven Seas?
Yeah.
That is a trip that I want to do eventually. I saw that. Galapagos was suggested. Tokyo Disneyland, another. Tahiti. You got some good choices here.
But Tokyo Disneyland is not the one that has the sea one.
No.
It's a separate.
It's a separate
Yeah,
one.
it's a separate thing. Yeah. They don't do a good job of talking about that. Maybe that's intentional, but
yeah, I've heard it's actually, and maybe some of our Disney focused friends would speak Disney.
I like
Did you like that?
I like that. Like we got Travel Quest Nation and our Disney focused friends. I feel like
they might know a little bit, but I've heard that it can actually be a little difficult to book some of those international parks, that they're not really keen on making it easy for American advisors to do. That's just what I've heard. I don't know if that's true.
Well, we're not serious news, but we do spark some curiosity.
Disney Sea, Randy, thank you. That is and it's 5 minutes from Tokyo Disney.
Oh, okay. So
Disney Sea from Wendy, yes. Okay, Disney in Paris. So I think you all have made great suggestions, but I think you're missing the boat here.
Okay.
Like if Joshua is going to be on a group trip, it needs to be something where he's like sweating and uncomfortable, and that will be the most fun for everyone.
Well, if anybody was with me at Disney in July, I was sweating and uncomfortable and then got rained on. Yeah, so I mean, Disney does work for that. But I like the fact that I like the Galapagos. Jeff said the Galapagos. I mean,
Egypt.
I think that's Alan.
Wendy says just to put you in the hot sun.
Yeah. So if you don't know, I don't do the sun, and I carry around an umbrella, and I like to. But you know what? I've been taking. This is the only mug you get. Like I've got the sunscreen on it. I've been moisturizing it a long time. A little parasol. I mean, I'm good.
Hannah's suggesting Morocco. That would be another very cool one.
But I think you'd be very glam in Morocco.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, Hannah.
She's selling
she
you.
could have.
She knows how to sell you.
If she wanted to like do a fam trip or whatever, she'd just be like, I feel like it would be. You would be so glamorous in Lake Tahoe, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, we gotta go. No, Morocco. That would be really cool.
I would love all of these trips.
Yeah.
These all sound awesome.
No, I think that's awesome. And
where would you want to go?
So I love our trips that we do with our Crown members, our Diamond Voyage, our Getaway.
Yep.
I like, I've always said that I like business travel because there's an itinerary. Mm-hmm. For me, that's the way I like to travel. Otherwise, I would just like lie in bed all the time. But I've had so much fun on all like the Diamond Voyage and the Getaway. Even when my baggage got lost on one Diamond Voyage and I didn't have insurance, and I was attacked and harassed and abused. I'm just gonna whatever words I can throw out by all of our advisors that were with us. I think that just being able to go anywhere. I would be happy going to Stone Mountain with our members because I just feel like it's just a fun time. But I would love to go to a place that none of them have been to. Like just a bunch of us go to some place that.
Would you be down for a surprise trip? Like where you didn't know?
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you knew what to pack.
Yeah, but more detailed than I'd say some surprise. Like, I mean, is this something where you can wear pink Cuban boots.
Like, is a kimono a necessary item or not?
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I think that would be awesome. I think that'd be awesome. And as long as you can do it on social media, if you don't do it on social media, it doesn't count.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Erica says.
Shannon says to come back to Minneapolis. She has a great pool. and Wendy's suggesting a Stone Mountain Laser Show film. Also popular.
So if you don't know this about the Atlanta area, is just to the east of Atlanta is Stone Mountain, and it's granite, right? It's a granite.
So.
Yeah. A big mountain of rock. I think all mountains are rocks, but it's just a big rock. And they carved in some Civil War people in it, but from a distance, it doesn't look that big. But when they show the measurements of it, like a bus can fit in a horse's mouth that's on there.
Right.
And so I don't know how long they've been doing it. They do a laser show that they're projecting on this this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It gets pretty spiritual up in there. Sometimes they play some songs and everybody's like, "Oh, God bless America." But I've done it many times.
Okay, so that's out.
Yeah, I would still do it, but
Hannah says a kimono is always a necessary item for those of you.
See, that's what I love. See, everybody just lets you let me do me.
I know.
I think that's You guys, you know how cool it is. If I don't know what it's like to travel with somebody who's like, just calm it down. No, because he's always like, yeah, you just do you, go. I love it.
Walt wants to go camping in Tibet.
Oh,
now we're getting. Woo.
Walt, no, that is off the limits. Camping is off the limits, and you know why, Walt? Because I just had a layover in Charlotte, and my toiletries did not get to go with me, and that was not fun. And then I ended up in D.C. That was not fun. That was like camping.
I like that you're thinking there, Walt. Though that would be a cool trip.
Yeah, Tibet would be cool.
That would be cool. Jen said that last year at the Disney trip, you were rocking a parasol, and that she felt like you were the leader, like in Up.
Yeah. You guys think that I'm pretending to be ridiculous. I am ridiculous. But Jen hung with me the whole time, so I was the leader.
Now, what about in Africa? Would you do one of those fancy camp lodges where it's like a tent, but there's a floor and a heater and
I think the only
kind of like a Lux.
So
camping.
My Charlotte camping experience that I just did was the fact that my toiletries, I didn't realize that they were locking up my bag until the next day to send on the next plane. That's the piece that I just need my toiletries. That needs to be...
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be arranged.
Yeah. So I feel like I probably could camp as long as water and my toiletries were involved. But all right, well, that's enough about my trips. But I do appreciate all the ideas. And I don't know, maybe after next year's road show, we could do a surprise adventure, and one of you could be selected to plan the trip for all of us. No, that's not a reward for anybody. That's not a reward. All right, did you have some headlines? Because Evan did give me some headlines, but I know that you were collecting some things.
Well, the one that I had, you thought maybe wasn't a headline we're talking about.
He's so focused. You guys, if you haven't been in WorldVia Pro lately, please go and click everywhere, because I don't think everyone is aware of how much cool stuff you and the team have put in there. Our technology. It's because we've been in WorldVia Pro for a while. That's where you get the supplier source. That's where you get all this information. But we've put all these capabilities in there, content creators, CRM. I mean, where you've got AI at your fingertips helping you create social posts, blog posts, profiles. I mean, there's just so much there. And I think you could miss it. You could be like, I'm just going to look up a supplier. No. In the same amount of time, you could build 2 additional profiles for Agent Profiler. Like, I mean, you get excited about the technology.
Yeah.
So Evan, our content manager, he is actually on holiday, and we will see him in Nashville next week. But one of his highlights was Seaborn debuts its first ever 90-day Grand Africa voyage. So you get to go around the continent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's a big continent.
That's interesting. That's not the destination that I would naturally gravitate to thinking about first for a cruise. Mm-hmm. How long is it? 90 days?
It's 90 days. It starts out. It's a round trip out of Barcelona or Barcelona. Yeah. So I mean, you're circumventing the continent. 17,000 miles.
Madagascar, Zanzibar. Now, if you want to talk about a destination that like you go to a cocktail party and you're just like, oh yeah, have you been to Zanzibar?
Yeah.
Like I think you win pretty much.
I just trumped your trip to Hilton Head. Right. Zanzibar.
Oh yeah, we went to the beach for spring break. What did you do? We went to Zanzibar. Like you win. Like just the argument is over.
Yeah.
Game over. You win.
Yeah. No, it's the Seaborn Sojourn. Yeah. So that is extremely cool. I mean, Africa has got so many different communities and that would be a very interesting, and to do it with a luxury flair.
Yeah.
You know how I like luxury, right, Jason.
Now. You do like luxury. Tapestries,
jewels,
fine
lots of things. Some new restaurants opening at Atlantis Paradise Island, Peranza, an Italian restaurant. Oh gosh, my seat is not working correctly. And also, it's going to have the Caribbean's first Shake Shack. Mm. Well, have you ever had a Shake Shack?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
It's like an Orange Julius?
No, it's like a burger and milkshake place.
Oh, okay. I was raised
by
wolves.
I'm doing the chatter with someone who, like the Queen, like, you know, how much is like a gallon of milk? Oh, I don't know. You never heard of Shake Shack?
The fact that he just said he felt like he was doing the weekly chatter with the Queen is classic. Please, let's timestamp that one right there. Let's see.
We're gonna take you to Shake Shack.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna just skip over that. Can we make a run to the Shake Shack right now?
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah.
Or the Taco Bell. I'm always down for the Bell.
Yeah, so a thing that I love about Evan with his journalist brain is he was talking about how Marriott International plans to unveil a new mid-scale extended stay brand in the coming weeks. And he wanted to point out that this is now like the 3rd week in a row where we've talked about a brand announcing these extended stay hotels. So obviously... I mean, I guess one watched the show and then said, I better do it, and then the next one followed.
You know, I actually was watching on CNBC earlier this week. Yeah. There was an interview with the CEO of Wyndham Hotels, and they own Choice Hotels and a bunch of other in kind of that value segment, and they have quite a few extended stay properties, and he was talking about the massive spending that's happening with infrastructure projects, and how there's really an increase in demand for these extended stay properties.
Oh, I never even thought about it that way. Yeah.
Project crews, engineering crews, and so forth.
Oh man, I didn't even think
so.
About
normal
that.
Business travelers, you know, many of them are not back in the office, not traveling like they once were. But a lot of the field technicians and those kinds of positions are very much active and traveling quite a lot.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even thought about that, but that's the way so many things go. Is it's like you make an assumption about one thing, and but you don't realize the impact it has over here, and it could be a massive. And that's how a lot of investors succeed. Is kind of looking at the things that are going
Finding those connections.
Yeah, making those connections.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, any last minute chats?
Other than, Stephanie apparently has a very wealthy friend, because a good friend of hers owns a bungalow on the coast of Zanzibar.
All right, well, Stephanie, I feel like
we need to have the group trip to your friend's bungalow.
Yeah, like we just all show up at once. Like we all get on that Seabourn 90-day.
Right.
And when we get to Zanzibar, we just all we're like, you are not my friend anymore, Stephanie. I love it.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us for another Friday Weekly Chatter Live. It's going to be a great week for those of you who are joining us in Nashville for the Core Summit, as well as the Travel Leaders Edge Conference. And no doubt, follow our social handle on Instagram and Facebook. We will be documenting our trip. We have a separate phone just for our team to kind of pass around to document the trip. It's going to be fun. We'll see how that goes. You guys can rate who's the best content creator on the team. But for those of you joining us in Nashville, we can't wait to see you. And like I said, follow us on social, and you can join in even if you can't join us. But we will be back here next Friday at 4 Eastern. Bringing you the news, the breaking news in the world, and having a good time. So have a grand weekend, and we can't wait to see you again.
Have a good weekend, and if you're like me and you like the podcast, hit that subscribe thing. Let's do it.
Yeah, subscribe and heart and the emotions. Oops, I just flipped us again. Angela's really happy. Bye, y'all.